Right, back at it again. Qualifying and practice is done on the Chinese Grand Prix. I have qualified in first again, and I was a whole 4 to 5 seconds ahead. So I've been curious as to whether I can increase the difficulty mid-career without the need to go all the way back to and start a new career, but notch the difficulty up. And you can, but only after a session is finished. So not when you're actually sat in your car and you can look at the computer screen to see the session progress, but when you've finished a session before you go on to the next session. So I would imagine that would be at the end of...
It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Ace lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Leclerc,
So yeah, at the end of each session, I suspect that'll be a practice session. When you finish the practice, you might be able to do it. And when you finish your qualifying, which I've just done, you can definitely do it. Because you go to your office and you access your workstation, and that gives you the option then of looking at things like what the qualifying is, what the grid is, what the weather is for the weekend, and then skipping to the next session, i.e. the race. And there's an option there to change difficulty. So I've notched it up a little to see how I fare now in the actual race, even though I am going to be starting at the front anyway. Because I've already nailed the pole position anyway.
They're doing what the team require.
But that's the thing, you know, as a driver, it's easy to feel like you're the individual, it's all about you, and you want to further your career the best you can, but you have to have the team hat on as well and play the team game, work with your teammate as best you can. It's not an easy balance to figure out.
It'll be interesting to see.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
When I do the next set of practice and qualifying, because I've upped the difficulty, how I fare in terms of, do I have to start fighting for pole position, or do I still do pole position quite easy? Because what the difficulty settings are is 20 to 39 are easy, and then 40, I think, to around about 55, or it might be a little bit higher than that, is medium, and then but the next one up is obviously going to be hard or challenging. And I've gone on the cusp of I've not gone fully up to medium yet, because I want to see if there's a bit of a difficulty increase just going up from what I was on, which I think was 33, going up to 39. So we'll see how I fare. So let's have a look at these strategies. Zodius, good morning, buddy. How are you? So what we got here? 1 pit stop or 2? Drive more conservatively to increase the lifespan of each tyre set, reducing the amount of pit stops required. I mean, it does give out good weather. But that's going to make me do a full... so, I mean, even now, right, I've qualified in first. I could risk a 2-stopper to see if it scuppers me. Or it could go the other way, where I pull off on pole position, I get so far ahead again that they can't catch me, and 2 stops is good enough, still good enough for me to take the win. The race is longer though as well. Look at that, 92.16. 92 minutes, right? You've got me now for 92 minutes. Fully focused trying to get around this track. With my hands hurting towards the end, because they do. This kills my hands at the end, but I love doing these full races. Test your resolve this. I'm gonna risk it. See, I'm pulling away already, and I've increased the difficulty. So this going to a two-stopper, although I've messed up there, getting to the two-stopper might not scupper me that much. Sharky, working, enjoy. That's on me, that is. That was me. I was looking down at my pad to make sure I'd actually unmuted my mic. Clown that I am.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
Yeah, I'm leaving him still. So I think I need maybe notch up the difficulty again for the next race. As long as I don't have any lapses of concentration or anything like that, then it's in the bag, isn't it, this? I mean, I only didn't win the Aussie Grand Prix. My first Grand Prix at Oz. The only reason I didn't win that is because I messed up on the qualifying by skipping a qualifying session, and me not being au fait with how F1 works, didn't realise that skipping a qualifying session by default sticks you at the back of the grid. So bearing in mind I started at the back of the grid and ended up finishing third, and that was with a unscheduled stop to fix a wing, so I had 3 pit stops, I think, if I remember correctly. To fix a broken wing, one of them.
Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Awful corner. Awful. There's even more available as well, Zodius. Because if I was to buy a couple of the add-ons for the game, it puts all the stuff from the upcoming movie in the game as well. So you'll have all the movie product placements as well as the sponsorships involved in that fictional team that's been created for the movie, and all the sponsorships on that car. Just pause while I'm on a straight. I did, yeah. It let me change it after I finished qualifying, of which I was a whole 4 seconds ahead on qualifying, so front of the grid, all 4 seconds ahead of the my nearest rival. It let me change it when I'd done that before I actually skipped to come to the race. So I've knocked it up to, because I was on about 33, and I've knocked it up to 39, and 39 is the cut-off point until the next setting at 40 goes to medium. So I've stuck it up to 39 to see if that presents any more challenge. If not, my next step is 40 to knock it up, which actually knocks it up to what the game classes as medium. So we'll see how we fare. While I'm on the screen, let me just check these goals here that I've got. Complete 2 sessions without damaging your car. Receive fewer than three corner cutting warnings. There's 1. Complete a lap using 2 different car setups, so you can 5 championship points during a race. So them 2 I should be able to get. Them 2 there. Rogan, afternoon buddy. The only thing that's going to make this race exciting now, because I am running away with it again, even though I've put the difficulty up, is the fact that I've picked and chosen to do 2 stops, and I don't know what the other teams are doing. Yeah, full race length here. 56 laps. 2 pit stops I've chosen, in the hope that it would spice things up. but I'm getting so far ahead of the pack, I could probably get a pit stop in and get back out before they even catch up with me. So the difficulty is going up again, another notch when I start the next GP. Like I say, the two pit stop strategy that I've picked, or car failure, can spice this up right now. I'll tell you something I need to look at in this game, and I don't know if it's an option. Do you know you have to press R1 for the MFD? Whatever, I need to look at what MFD stands for. So you press R1, and it brings up that there. Now, I find that difficult to do when I'm racing, because I use my pointy finger, my index finger, to press the throttle button, the R2 button. So to press the R1, I find that I have to take my finger off the throttle to go up and press it. So I need to look at the possibility of sticking that on a different button. One that I can press without the need to take my pointy finger off the throttle. Multifunction display, there we go, MFD. So yeah, I need to change that. Because if I want to press that now, see, I have to take my finger off the throttle. It's no biggie, but it's still, I know it's still a little bit like annoying how they've done it because of the way I use my pad. I don't know about anybody else, but does everybody else use their index finger for the throttle on these games? Not including Euro, when you use a wheel. But if you use a controller, do you use your pointy finger for the R2 button, or do you use your up yours middle finger for the throttle? Oh my god! Whoa, 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 whoa! My back wheel then hit the grass. That's what it was. There you go. To me, things are a bit exciting, even though the other cars are nowhere. They're not even coming down that straight yet. I'm 28 seconds ahead. Oh, I didn't mean I pressed wrong button. I went for press pause and I press rewind. I slipped then and my big fat thumb hit the touchpad. Yeah, as Shark said, it's a boost. It's like the DRS.
Let's use overtake and burn
there you go.
This energy.
When the guy says, "Oh, DRS is available now," I think it's just called overtake now rather than DRS. I'm sure in the other two games there was two separate functions. There were DRS and an overtake function, and I'm sure the DRS was activated by pressing the triangle. I'm not sure if that's still a thing in this. And you normally get as well. So I got a DRS in this. I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna have a nosy. Oh, it is. It's still there. Triangle. Activate, deactivate DRS, and overtake is L1. But he only ever nags me. He says DRS is available when it becomes available after like 2 or 3 laps into the race. But then he never nags me about using the DRS. He always keeps telling me to use up some of the energy for the overtake function. Can you hear that banging in the background, by the way? If you can, I'll shut my patio door, but as it stands, I've got my patio door open because it's a bit warm. But next door neighbour likes to, he does a lot of work on cars. It's kind of like his hobby with his son. Auto DRS. I didn't think that was an option. Hang on, let me go back in there a minute. I wonder if I can. I wonder if it'll conflict if I say that I want the to bring up the MFD by pushing up on the D-pad. I wonder if it'll conflict, because up on the D-pad then is to go up and down on the MFD. It'll probably conflict, won't it? Because if I go down on the MFD and then want to go back up to the next option up, it'll probably close the MFD, won't it? I need a kind of a button that's not going to affect any other option. Might try that. That's not saying it's conflicting with anything, does it? Let's try that. Let's try that.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Conditions look stable.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
No rain
Much better.
expected. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
So I've got that other thing actually, quickly. DRS assist is off. With this, so I can do it when I want to, but I'm just not doing it. So you get 2 zones to do that on, don't you? Sometimes 2 or 3 zones that you can use the DRS on Zodius. So if you look at the track map on the bottom left, keep an eye on that track map, and when you see a green line, that normally means I can use the overtake button or the DRS, and it's normally on big straights. So I've got one coming up in a minute, so you'll see. There you can see one there, just on my right on the map. So as soon as you get around this bend, you'll see one. And you'll hear a beep as well when I can trigger it like now, watch. Oh no, no beep. So I can't enable it here. Maybe is it because I'm in front, Rogan? Do you only get to use the RS if you're behind? So DRS is only, yeah, okay. I'm not sure if I've got simulation damage on, you know. Recovery mode rewinds, and I don't think I can change any of these mid race. I've got service type realistic, low fuel mode, race starts are on manual. Damage, car damage, I've got reduced. I should, if I put that up to the next one, really, I should have that because my front wing would probably come off about 5 times during that first race. Fully come off rather than just be, oh, it's slightly damaged, you might have to come in, as it was. So that might be something. I'll do it in baby steps, is what I'll do. Car damage standard. Collisions on. Off for the first one. Here's the thing as well, Rogan, right? Don't you do that warm-up lap thing anymore where you drive round and warm the tyres up, then pull back up into the grid? Do they not do that anymore? Or have I missed the setting that does that somewhere? So I wonder why this doesn't do it, unless I've missed something. Formation lap. Off. Again, I can't change now. I'll have to change after this race. Okay. As long as I know it's there. I've got to wait until the end of this race now for do that though.
Okay mate, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Great stuff, it looked like you made easy work of that target. Let's try and keep that going right through to the end of the race.
Damage. I'm going to pause while I drink some of my coffee because it's going to go stone cold yet again. DRS, yeah, it's to do with the spoiler, isn't it? See, I haven't followed F1 religiously for years. The last time I followed it religiously, well, I didn't miss a race, was probably back in the the 90s, right through the 90s, when you had the likes of Damon Hill, Jack Villeneuve, David Coulthard, Jenson Button. I was kind of straying off F1 when Button was just coming onto the scene, and I think I only followed it, to be honest, because an ex-girlfriend's dad used to sit down and watch it on a Sunday, so I used to watch it with him. And then I think the other thing that was obviously the nail in the coffin was with it anyway. With me religiously watching it was when Sky got the mitts on it, because I don't pay for Sky Sports. Never pay for Sky Sports. What a rip off! Monopoly on everything, bastards. Yeah, I'll just mess my mouth with my coffee. Pillock. Oop. Ah, right. It's the Switch 2 release day, isn't it, this Thursday coming? Thursday the 5th. And I think, judging by a comment that was made to me at work the other day from one of the lads, and there's quite, there's a lot of people that know I'm big into my gaming. I think they're secretly shocked at the fact that I've not pulled the trigger on one. I need a system seller with it though, and Mario Kart isn't a system seller for me. That's not to say it's a shit game or anything, different horses, different courses and all that. One of the lads at work, he said as soon as his house move is complete, he's getting one, because he absolutely loves Mario Kart, but it's not a system seller for me. Oh, buddy looking down at chat. I'm going to have to rewind that because... I mean, if I'd have got a staff discount on it, it might have a little bit harder to, a bit more enticing, but as it stands right now, there's no system seller for me. depending on where we're at with it at Christmas, you know, if there's any worthwhile games come out on it around about Christmas time, then I might pick one up around the Christmas time. Because I'm thinking of getting my my girls PS5s for Christmas. They don't know it yet, but the PS4s are getting a bit tired now. And if there's any good deals on PS5s on Black Friday, I might grab one, a couple for the girls. Something I've not even really told the wife yet, so none of them will see it coming. I mean, I've still got my Animal Crossing Switch here, and the wife was saying, oh, you could sell that anyway, you could get quite a bit for that with it being a limited edition, can't you? And I'm like, I probably could, but I kind of don't want to. I kind of want to keep that in the family, so I don't want, I'd hand that down to one of my daughters, and let her use it, or keep it in a bedroom, because I don't want to get rid of that, so I wouldn't sell my Animal Crossing Switch to get some funds to go towards the Switch 2. If I'm going to get a Switch 2, I'll just get one when I'm ready, when I feel like something's out that's good enough for me to pull the trigger on. But unless I see something different from Mario Kart at the moment, Mario Kart isn't it. What we're on now, so if I'm on a 2-pit strategy, I would have thought around about what, between 18 and 25 I'm going to be going in for my first pit. And that's when things might get a bit spicy. But then again, I'm 48 seconds ahead. I could probably get in and out before they even catch up. Yeah, the controllers are small, especially when you do some of the multiplayer stuff and you turn the Joy-Cons horizontally. They're just too small, but the Pro Controller, though, is awesome. And the Pro Controller, as pricey as it is, or was at the time it came out, for me it's one of the best controllers out there. Now you can buy these little steering wheels that have a hole in them for the little Joy-Cons to go into, and they give you bigger buttons on the back end of them for being able to press the buttons that are on the side of the Joy-Cons. And even though I don't use, I used to play Mario Kart 8 on my Switch, I don't use the gyro controls where you can just tilt
Battery charge is high.
the Joy-Con from left to right for turn. I still used to put my Joy-Cons in those steering wheels because I found them easier to hold. I was watching a video yesterday on YouTube about a guy who said he ran a video about the pre-ordering of the Switch 2, and he had in his thumbnail on YouTube, he had a Curry's store in his thumbnail in the background, and he said, I can't believe Curry's are doing this. And when he initially started his video,
caution, caution,
he was going on about how Curry's were making you buy £180 worth of accessories that you don't need. And I was like, hang on, no they're not. Because I've done some of the pre-orders in store and people have been able to walk in store and literally just say, I want just the Switch, which version of the Switch do you want, no accessories, nothing else, that's it, job done, and paid for it in full, pre-order done. And I'm like, he's talking to his arse, but he showed pictures on the website where all the Switch 2s on the website now. You can't go into stores and pre-order them anymore now. They've turned them off. If you go on the website, all the standalone Switches are all showing out of stock, but then there's a package deal for 580 quid. That includes just a Switch 2 with no Mario Kart World, which retails separately for $395. The camera, the Switch 2 camera, the new Express memory card, Mario branded one, and a Street Fighter game. So not even like a big title, standalone. And they're selling it for $580, and they are forcing you to buy it because they're showing that as being in stock, but not an individual standalone Switch. So they have, now they've done all the pre-orders in stores, they must have kept some stock back in the main warehouse for online sales, but they're forcing people to pay 580 quid for a load of crap they might not want or need initially. And I've done loads of pre-orders in store for people that come in, and it's like a sheet of paper where you just tick off which Switch they want. Do they want the standalone Switch or the Switch bundled with Mario Kart? And then do they want any additional games, a case, a screen protector, a memory card, or anything else? And you just tick it off what they want, and there's people that have come in and gone, nope, just want a Switch, and they pay for it. So they've just been a bit shady with the online sales. And he was saying, this guy who's done the video on YouTube, he was saying he used to work for Game Station back in the day, and he said they did the same with the Wii. Game did the same with the Wii when the Wii came out. You couldn't go in and just buy a Wii console, they were forcing you to buy a load of shit you didn't want. Or you couldn't, you couldn't make your own package.
No need to worry.
Go in and go, well, I don't want the Wii Fit board, so I'll have a Wii. I'll have another couple of controllers, and I'll have that game there. But they wouldn't let you. It was like a pre put together bundle. Yeah, it will, yeah, it will. Yeah. The other thing I'm not overly sure with on the Switch is I think they've only so far probably announced about 4 or 5 games that are going to take advantage of the extra horsepower in the Switch 2. But all those 4 games, if you want them to take advantage of the Switch 2 horsepower, you have to pay for an upgrade, which is about $20. Or I've heard a rumour it's going to be about $20. And is it just those 4 games, or is it more? Because, for example, Xenoblade Chronicles X isn't in the list of games that are going to benefit from the extra horsepower of the Switch 2. So when I put that in a Switch 2, or if I put that in a Switch 2, would that just natively benefit from the power, or are they going to be working on a patch behind the scenes that gets launched or released a couple months down the line, and they go, there's a patch available now for this game, but oh, by the way, it's $20. Because it's very naughty if they do that. Because the PS5 runs some PS4 games a lot better with the boost feature that's built in, without the need to pay any extra. The only time you pay any extra is if they do a full-on remaster of the game. And then they normally charge you the £10 upgrade fee to play it, but that's a full-on remaster. These aren't remasters. They've not remastered Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. They've not done full remasters for them. They just want you to pay an extra $20 odd or so for you to get 60 frames a second, slightly higher resolution. Or you can, it's paywalled I think as well, if you subscribe to the Nintendo Online for 12 months, then I think you can get those upgrades for free, or included within the online subscription. It'll tell me when pit. It'll tell the pit window should open, I think, Zodius. Because I'm on a 2-stop strategy. There'll be predetermined times when I can pit, I think. It can't be far off the first window. At least all this getting through the back markers is giving you the potential for a bit of drama. If one of them gets in my way. I think it moves out my way because I've used the overtake function. Batteries, okay, good afternoon.
Window, you're going to be on softs.
There you go, pit window probably when I finish this lap. A break in the weather could also spice things up here, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No rain expected, no rain expected for the time being. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
I'm sure as well, in one of the, or some of the other older F1 games, you could use voice control to activate that MFD. I mean, obviously I don't think I could whilst I was streaming, but I'm sure it was a thing in the other F1 games.
battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Sorry, it's in my mic. I'm going in a minute, look at the tyres. I am feeling, I'm losing a bit of grip, you know. A couple of these corners I used to be able to go around without lifting my foot off the gas. Yeah, I'm definitely losing it. Right, this one, I could floor it through here.
Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap.
I mean, if I didn't have to do any pit stop at all, I could probably lap the bloody second place at this rate. Because I'm already up to the 10th place person here.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed.
Oh, someone else coming in. They must be on 2 stops then.
Right, let's go, come on! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Alright, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy. Okay mate, we're seeing a lot of tyre wear in the data. Please focus on looking after your tyres.
God, I've got 7 laps. So... Look how fast it's going up. Let's pause. I'm on a straight. Drink the rest of my coffee. Catch up on chat. Do you know something? I'm a muppet. I've never used that layers function to see where I can. Does that layers function show you where you can and can't put cables down, Zodius? Because I've never used that. I kind of just wing it. I do. So if I'm going in a straight line and it comes up saying that you can't go this way, I'll suddenly turn and go another way, then try cut across again a different part.
Yellow flag. Okay, clear. use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
That's high wear doing. Should do that, I think.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Yo, DRS. Oh, go on, get around there. What's my tyre wear? 15. 3 laps left. Yeah, I'm going to nail that, I think. That little bonus objective there on the left-hand side. I'm 1 minute 35 ahead.
Lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
Yeah. I can't wait for the next race to get this difficulty increased. I mean, that first race I did in Australia was quite dramatic and quite eventful, but that was all purely mainly because it was self-inflicted and it was my fault. I gave myself an uphill battle. on that. I mean, look at this, I'm overlapping the body top 5 here.
Green flag.
%70%. Let him take that first. Gremlin, good afternoon. Oh, that's going to kill me wet. Is the next GP after this one at Baku? I think that's quite a challenging one, that. I think apart from the home straight, there's quite a lot of narrow, tight corners on that. I think it's almost as difficult as Monaco for overtaking. Apart from that home straight.
Oh, mate, you made that look easy. Nice work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it.
So 25 laps left. And what that time is 1:42.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
So we're probably talking about another 40 minutes of race time here, I think. Second pit stop around about lap 44, I'd estimate. .42, 44 maybe. You don't have to retain your vehicles though, do you, Zoe, which is weird. You don't have to bring them all back to the garage and retain them. You can go into another map and they're all available to deploy from the garage. Oh, he's in the pits now. Is he doing he must be doing a one pit strategy then, teammate.
Charles is in for his stop now. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good.
I know this isn't very exciting to watch because I'm running away with it and it's not that dramatic, but I'm going to get through this so that I can get the difficulty up again before the next session, rather than me quitting and going all the way back. It'd be the shorter option. I don't want to have to run Australia again, really.
Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
Oh, I thought about 40 odd for the next pit. Damn.
No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Okay, we're boxing this lap, give us the best in lap you can. And that's 26 laps of fuel remaining. Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Venom, good afternoon, welcome in.
Okay, off we go, back into the race. Perfect job from you and the
20
crew there,
laps
mate. We're
left.
delighted with that. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, we got away with that. No damage from what I can tell on that. There you go, bit of drama. Only a little.
Got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
We've established here, Venom, that I really need to increase the difficulty level. Because I think I've lapped all the drivers, I think, at some point.
Okay, mate, let's be a bit more careful about where and when we use the RS, and let's try and be consistent as you use it moving forward.
Come try and read that on the left hand side, that is. To be fair, if I've got to stay under that target, I don't need to use it at all. I know I haven't got to stay under, I've got to use it. No, I'm not going to be able to do that then. I mean, the other night when I did the Australian race, I had a little bit of an uphill battle to climb on that, but that was self-inflicted. Because I skipped a qualifying session, not realising that if you do that, it puts you at the back of the pack. So I had an uphill battle to fight to get fight my way through the pack and get a you know, the podium finish that I got, and I still got third, and that was even with an unscheduled stop to go in and fix a broken wing.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
So I didn't really have, because I had the scenario that I had during that race, that was all self-inflicted as it was. I didn't really gauge very well that had I not put myself in that situation, I'd have run away with it. And I should have gauged it really. I should have understood that if I started in the back of the pack and I've managed to fight my way back up through the pack to get a podium finish with 3 pit stops as well, then I should have kind of realised that difficulty needed going up. But I've increased it ever so slightly for this race as well, but still quite not enough. Because I'm still running away with it. So I'm not getting much drama at the minute, and I'm not needing to fight other than staying focused for a full 58, 56 lap race. I'm not getting that much of a challenge where I'm battling for positions or jostling for positions. So before I start my next Grand Prix, the difficulty will go up again. I'll probably put it up in increments of 10. So whereas I'm now sitting at 39,
okay, mate,
I might go up to 50 for the next one.
But look, let's move on. Get your head down and chin up and focus till the end of the race.
And if I'm still running away with it during practice, and I'm still getting pole positions during practice sessions and qualifying sessions, then you get the opportunity of changing the difficulty not between each Grand Prix, but between each session that you do. So if I do really well in the practice session, for example, and I'm still way ahead of the pack, and it's putting me on a projected pole position, then I'll knock it up again. Rogan's saying about 70, but I'm going to go up in baby steps. I'm going to go up to 50 next. Because Rogan's more of an average racer than me, because he's got the full rig, wheel and everything. While I'm just a peasant here on a controller. have to brake in too late then. What F1's on today, Rogan, in real life? Barcelona. I had to go with the breaking point mode on this yesterday when I streamed in the morning. I did a bit of the qualifying and the practice on this track, and then I did some of the breakpoint stuff, or the breaking point should I say. And that was quite challenging, and that's where I kind of want the career mode to be. Same kind of level. It took me 2 attempts to do one of the segments of the story. I think it started me in lap. I was at Imola, I think, and it started me at lap 12, so put me in the driver's seat at lap 12 with about 6 laps to go. And it gave me the overall objective of needing to finish 3rd, but also a side objective of getting to position 5 within the first 2 laps of me being put in the driver's seat. And I think I was in position 7th. And it was quite a challenge. I didn't do the first part of the scenario, which was get to position 5, or take position 5 within 2 laps of starting, or within, within 2 laps. And I didn't get a podium finish. I just narrowly missed out on getting a podium finish for the 3rd place, so it said failed, and I had to go again. And it put up a fair challenge, where you really had to work out and calculate how fast you could take the corners and where your braking zones were, so you could keep up with the pack. And that's kind of how I want to strike the balance in this career mode. This, as much as I'm enjoying this, there's no drama because I'm not needing to fight. I could probably coast round here and take my foot off the gas and still end up winning.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
But I know for next time. And your brakes too late there. See, because not even the track, they're not being disrespectful to this track or anything, but not even this track really challenges me. Whereas if I was running Monaco, then Monaco would require a lot more concentration than this. There's not much risk on this track of any kind of lapses in concentration costing me a wheel
No tyre concerns
by slamming into a wall.
on the driving.
Go on, shift it. Yeah, no worries, Rogan. Catch you in a bit. Whoa, shit.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Ooh, come on. 6 laps.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Oh shit. I thought the gearbox sounded funny then.
Systems all looking good, head down.
Oh, come on. God, imagine if that was a manoeuvre in the actual race and they need to get in front of them. I think it's on home straight, it looks quite grim, as if like there is rain in the distance. But there's still patches of blue sky here and there, so...
Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
No, she's gone out. Gone out somewhere. Shopping, I think. She's just got back to the allotments and then gone back straight back out, so I think she might have gone shop. But yeah, the wind's alright, but like I say, I haven't felt challenged. So we'll get this difficulty ramped up and see what happens.
Come on, team! This is just the beginning, guys. I'm so proud of you all.
Checkered flag.
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
It's a performance to be proud of from our Chinese Grand Prix winners here today.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
I wonder what metrics did they use to measure that then? Man of the race and he was last. How bizarre. Oh, the Japanese Grand Prix next. I thought it was Baku next. Right, I'm going to save it there though. I'm going to end the stream there because I need to do a few bits and bobs. So I'm going to raid. I think I'll raid Viking because AC was on, but he's gone. But I'll raid Viking. I'll get the difficulty up for the next race, and we'll see how we fare on the next one. Viking is on Roadcraft. I haven't yet. I'm going to do it on the next race, Rogan, and see how I do when I advance to the next bit, and it puts me in the where I'm in my office with the workstation. I'm gonna knock it up to probably about 55, 60. I'm gonna do it in baby steps, like small increments, and see how I fare. Because that'll be a fair increase, that will, from what I'm on now, 39 up to about 55, 60. And then if I'm still nailing it, I'll knock it up to 70. But I'm gonna knock it on the head now, and I'll catch up with you all again either tonight or tomorrow morning. So I'm going to throw you across the Viking, and I'll catch you all soon. Take care, all.